Hi, and welcome back to Fit Fed Feeling Good. I am Maggie, your host. This is the podcast where we talk a little bit about fitness, a little bit about food, a little bit about feeling good, or a little mix of all. Today we have a fitness episode. Happy Wednesday. I'm happy to have you along for this conversation. I wanted to talk just about the idea a little more in depth about modifications, progressions, and using a few simple exercises to explain that concept, because I recently was talking to a client and there were a few exercises that I showed a few variations and they got really excited about it. So I thought, wait, this is another good time to pause and talk to you all just about modifying some certain exercises or boosting it up for progression. I do have not too long ago in our episode list this same idea, but I wanted to specifically talk about a couple muscles we could work, or the muscle groups, or the idea of an exercise that people hear the term and maybe it makes them think, oh, I don't even like hearing that word, or my knees hurt when I hear the word squat or lunge. So I understand all of that. I feel some of that as well with some of these. So let's go ahead and jump right into this idea about taking a common popular exercise and just breaking it down, rewinding, stepping back to make it small. So when we think about the squat, let's use just the good old squat as our first example. We are thinking about our legs. So we want to get our legs strong. It'll help our knees, it'll help our bones, and we want to be able to lift things with our legs. We want to be as strong as possible in whatever way that means for us. So if I was to break it all the way down, I would think, well, when I do a leg lift, I will feel my leg get fatigued after a certain number of those. And where do I feel that fatigue? Maybe it's setting into the thigh where my quadriceps land. And good, that's where I want that, because to think of lifting 2 heavy dumbbells or a bar and trying to go down into a squat, to not round my back, to not upset my knees or my ankles or my hips, what can we do in different variations that will still replicate that idea? So again, if you are able to lie on a mat on the floor, or maybe even lie in your bed, one knee bent, one leg straight, and we're just going to lift that straight leg up to match the bent knee and back down. And you are actively thinking about squeezing the muscles that you want to engage. So a straight leg lift, and then we're going to get those legs a little tired, a little fatigued. And then we think, well, that seems kind of a little less than what I want to do. So maybe we want to do a wall sit where we're going to carefully put our bottom against the wall, roll our back up, and then shimmy down a little bit to where we have our own body looking like it's a chair. Or we can even be higher, out of that range of motion or out of that degree of the knee bend. Range of motion is really up to you when you're doing these exercises. You will see if you go into classes, someone might be doing a really low squat, and maybe their bottom is even below that knee line and their chest is lifted and they look perfect. When then we just go try to do that same thing and we are like, whoa, hold on here. My hips are not even hinging. My knees don't want to bend. Just a side note, I did a YouTube short and I was just doing a wall sit, and one of the comments was bend your knees. And I remember thinking, well, I'm just showing, how to get into the position. And I was actually modifying it for myself to get out of the low range of motion, just to feel that tension through my quadriceps. And for me, that was great. But obviously for the person that said, bend your knees, I was not low enough. But who are we to judge someone else's form unless it's obviously hurting them and you have some good suggestions? But I would leave that to the professionals. Now, on the reverse end, if you wanted to progress that single leg raise or the wall sit, then we can start incorporating weights or the bar and go into that good form squat. Now, there are the ideas of the different exercises, maybe upper body. If we wanted to do the simplest one I can think of is bicep curl. If you're seated and you have a light weight, and if we're going to do high reps with that low weight, eventually, we're going to get to a point of fatigue. We're going to feel those muscles say, okay, I'm feeling this a little bit. But maybe you want to step on a resistance band and hold the handle, and we're going to lift that up and down. And maybe we're going to take the two light weights and put both of those weights in one hand. And now we're gradually increasing the weight, maybe lowering the repetitions. So one question I get from a lot of people is, how many reps should I do? Or how much weight should I lift? So as much as you can lift at that time in your safe form, and as how heavy you can lift. So if I pick up a 5-pound weight and I can do 100 reps, well, obviously I'm stronger than the weight I'm holding at that point, so I might want to increase. But if I get to a weight where I can reasonably do 10 to 12 reps and I feel comfortable, I can probably still increase. But then if you get to a weight where you're still looking good, you're in good form, your elbow doesn't hurt, you're not using your shoulder to assist you, and you get to a point, maybe you're fatigued, and that last maybe rep number 5 or 6 is really challenging, you could do a drop set then where you grab the lower weight and finish out that, or you're going to stay at that size weight until you build the strength you need to get to that 10, 12, 13, 14 reps, and you can maintain that for a few sessions. And then we're going to go ahead and increase that weight to where we're back to that 5, 4, whatever it is, until we get comfortable and our body is able to build the strength to lift it. So I just wanted to go through, let's use the legs as an example, and then the bicep curl using a free weight or a band. Or you can also just do the motion to see how that feels through the elbow, keeping your shoulder relaxed, nice long neck. Keep your body in that neutral position where you feel your core is engaged. You're not supplementing. I see, some people rock, so they use their lower back to help them lift that weight because it's so heavy. You want to make sure the muscle groups that you're using are the ones that are doing the work, and we don't want to supplement with our other body weights like our shoulder or our back. Of course, we want to be as healthy as possible, and I just wanted to pop on here because this is a common thing I've heard, and I thought it might be helpful. But anyway, this is a really short and sweet episode. Thanks for tuning in to Fit, Fed, Feeling Good. And I hope whatever you are doing, if it's back to school season, or if you are doing some new fitness, or maybe exploring some new recipes in the kitchen, I hope whatever you're doing leaves you fit, fed, feeling good. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next Wednesday. This episode is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a doctor, nor am I a counselor. If you need any medical needs, please seek a professional. Always follow your physician directives before you begin any new exercise moves or routines. Thank you very much.